If you're debating between living in San Diego versus Los Angeles, this video is for you. My name is Kyle Whistle with Whistle Realty Group here in San Diego, your guide to living in San Diego. I am one of those few born and raised San Diegans. I've lived here my entire life, which spans 40 plus years now. And I want to share my experience and knowledge of San Diego with you so that when you're thinking about making a move and you're trying to decide where you want to go, this video could be a huge resource for you. And today, what I want to talk about is some of the key differences between Los Angeles and San Diego. And so rather than just purely giving opinions, I'm all about giving you the facts because opinions are worthless, right? So let's dive into some of the facts. And what we're going to do today is we're going to cover the 5 key differences between Los Angeles and San Diego. So let's dive in. And you guys don't want to see my face this entire time. So I'm going to pop down here in the corner and just start giving you guys some good information that's going to help you when you're making that decision. So first thing to talk about is let's dive into traffic. So CBS recently named, this is their report on which cities have the worst traffic in all of the United States. And guess what number 1 on the list is? We scroll all the way down here through all these amazing cities. We're going to arrive at number 1, Los Angeles. So Los Angeles has the worst traffic in the entire country, according to CBS. We use a website called bestplaces.net, which gives us some good demographic information. So we can see if we move over here, I'm going to give you guys some data. This actually shows the average commute time. So if you're debating between the two, we've got Los Angeles on the right. You're looking at an average commute time in Los Angeles of about 30 minutes to really commute anywhere. And now you got to understand in Los Angeles, what might be a 30-minute commute on a Sunday afternoon could be a 3-hour commute on a Thursday evening. So the traffic, especially if you're in and around downtown LA, the 101, the 10, any of those freeways, 405, like the traffic can just be awful. So, living in San Diego, I know anytime I have to go up to Los Angeles, I'm very conscious of what time of day that I go. I know that if I'm anywhere, it doesn't matter if I'm going north, south, east, west, if I'm up there, anytime between like 7 and 10 o'clock, I'm probably going to be sitting in traffic. And if I'm still there between 3 and 6 o'clock, I'm going to get stuck in traffic. So a lot of us that are from San Diego, anytime we have to go up to LA for anything, we will intentionally try to head up around 10 and try to get the heck out of there before 3 o'clock and handle whatever business it is that we need to. So if we're ever going up to something at what used to be Staples Center, it's now Crypto.com Arena, or we're going up to SoFi Stadium to go see the Rams or the Chargers or anything like that, we're always very strategic about when we go up there because you can just get hammered in traffic and you never really know. All the freeways for the most part have been expanded as far as they possibly can. You've got freeways that are 8 lanes wide on each side, and that's still not enough. And some of these freeways, they've even gotten rid of the shoulders. So if you break down and you pull off to the side, you're blocking a lane at that point. So they've expanded these things. And I think what's inevitable in Los Angeles is you're going to start to see double-decker freeways where you're going to have one freeway on top of another. So if we do compare LA to San Diego, average commute time, 24 minutes. Now, in your head, you're thinking, what is that, 7 minutes? That's not a big deal. Well, that's 7 minutes times 2 so that's 14 minutes. Times 5 hours or 5 times a week. So now you're at 50, 70 minutes. So over an hour of extra commute time every single week. Now you multiply that out by 52 weeks. That starts to become a pretty big number. What that means, that little 7-minute difference over the course of a year, you're actually spending like 2 extra days in your car, 2 days extra in your car, just because you're living in Los Angeles versus San Diego. So if you're somebody who does not like traffic, Los Angeles might not be the best choice for you. The next thing I want to do is just dive into some of the income numbers. And so I'm going to scroll up on both of these so we can look at these side by side. And so One of the things that's going to really jump out at you here is median income in San Diego. You're looking at $65,753. So we've got a much higher median income in San Diego, whereas in Los Angeles, we're looking at $50,000 in median income. So pretty big difference here between the two of these. So you're seeing a much higher median income in San Diego versus Los Angeles. Now, not to say there's not higher paying jobs in Los Angeles or San Diego. Of course, there's going to be highs and lows, but median is kind of that great equalizer, which gets rid of the really high paying jobs, gets rid of the really low paying jobs, and hits us right in the middle. So you'll see that's a pretty substantial difference when we get into that median income. So keep that in mind. The other thing when it comes to employment that we want to look at is, let's take a look at the unemployment rate really quick. And so we'll see we got San Diego on the left and we've got Los Angeles on the right. And if we go into the unemployment rate on both of these, you're going to see here in San Diego, we have an unemployment rate of 6%. And if we go over here to Los Angeles, we've got an unemployment rate of 10.6%. So the unemployment rate in Los Angeles substantially higher than what you've got in San Diego. So you've got a lower median income and you've got a much higher unemployment rate. So pretty hard to argue with the fact that it looks like San Diego's definitely got the better job climate. So if that's something that's going to be important to you, keep that in mind when you're making your decision. Next thing I want to look at is, let's just take a look at the housing price. So we've determined that the median income is going to be lower in Los Angeles. Well, guess what? The housing price is higher. So median home price in Los Angeles at the time we're shooting this video, $883,000. Median home price in San Diego, $812,000. So naturally, cost of living as a whole is going to be much more affordable in San Diego versus Los Angeles. You're going to make more money. Median home price is not a lot lower, but I think it's like 8% lower. So you can make a little bit more money and it's a little bit cheaper to live in San Diego. So that could be a really big determining factor, right? I mean, if you can't afford to live here, we all know San Diego, Los Angeles, Southern California as a whole is not the cheapest place in the world to live, but it's going to be a little bit more affordable in San Diego than it's going to be in Los Angeles when it comes to the home price. But odds are you're probably going to be making a little bit more money in San Diego to afford that higher cost of living. And if you've watched any of the videos on my channel before, you know we always talk about the sunshine tax. I'm recording this video in the middle of February right now. I've got 200 friends coming out to town for a event that we're hosting in San Diego, and it is going to be 80 degrees all week. 80 degrees in February. It's pretty amazing. We're very, very fortunate for the weather that we have here. Just got to understand you're going to have to pay for it. So whether it's Los Angeles, whether it's San Diego, we're going to pay the sunshine tax. Not really any way to escape that. So another number, I'm a dad myself. I've got a family, I've got a wife, I've got a child. Crime, it's going to be something that's pretty important. So I'm going to load up the crime stats on both of these. And while I do, as you're watching this video, if you're thinking about making a move and you want to get a little bit more advice, you want to ask some questions of myself and my team, I'm going to put a number down below. You can call or text that number anytime. That'll connect you with my team. And our goal is just to learn a little bit more about you and what your goals are and put a plan in place to help you accomplish those goals. So feel free to call or text us anytime. And if you're enjoying the content on here, let YouTube know. Hit that thumbs up button. Let YouTube know that you're enjoying what we're talking about today. And if you want to get notified when we release future episodes of the show, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. And then YouTube will make sure you get notified anytime we release a new episode. So let me scroll up here and just put these two right next to each other. So now we're looking at crime statistics. Right, as a family man, safety is pretty important to me. So San Diego, you'll see our violent crime index 24.4, US average 22.7. So pretty close to the average there. And then property crime is at 31.4, which is actually below the US average. So we're just slightly above average on violent crime, and we're a little bit, oh, look at my drawing tool, that's fun. Slightly above average on violent crime and slightly below average on property crime. And then if we come up here into Los Angeles, we're going to see that our violent crime is actually pretty significantly above the US average, also significantly above San Diego as well. Property crime is right about on average with the US average, but San Diego 31.4, Los Angeles 35.1. So San Diego definitely wins out here when it comes to crime. You've got a much lower crime rate in San Diego. And so if that's something that's important to you, make sure to factor that in to your decision. And last, I'm going to blow this one up. I want to talk about something that we refer to here as smog. So this is a report that was done by Spectrum News, and it's just ranking what's going on with the air quality in LA. So if you've ever been to Los Angeles, or LA as we always call it, if you've ever been there before and you're flying in, one of the things that you're going to see, sometimes you just kind of see this like layer of gray over the city. And that's a lot of times referred to as smog. Well, the American Lung Association did an air quality report in Southern California as a whole. We're this basin where a lot of times we have these mountains on one side of us. On the east side, we've got an ocean on the west side. And so a lot of times we can hold some of this smog in. But LA is literally the worst in the entire country, in all of the United States. So air quality, if you're somebody who could be sensitive to air quality, you're going to want to keep that in mind. That's somewhere that LA is kind of known as being one of those areas where you're going to run into some issues when it comes to air quality. So keep that in mind. And then the last thing, I don't want this to be all about San Diego. Obviously, I'm a San Diego guy. I'm going to go to bat for San Diego. But one place LA does kick our butt is sports. They get to go to bat a lot more than we do when it comes to sports. So LA has two football teams. They have the Los Angeles Chargers and the Los Angeles Rams. Yes, they stole the Chargers from us here in San Diego. They've got two baseball teams. So they've got the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, I think is what they call it now. And you've got the Los Angeles Dodgers. You've got the Los Angeles Kings in basketball. I mean, they've got two freaking basketball teams. They've got the Clippers. They've got the Lakers. I mean, they kick our butt in San Diego. The only true professional team we have in all of San Diego at this point is the San Diego Padres, which, hey, we got Tatis. So we got the future of Major League Baseball. But outside of that, if you're looking for sports, Los Angeles is going to be a much better spot for you. San Diegans, a lot of time we drive up to Los Angeles to go watch games. And they've got some great arenas up there. So if you like sports, understand you're not going to have a lot of that in San Diego. We do have the San Diego State Aztecs, which we are huge fans of. So that's our college team here in San Diego. And they've been perennially ranked in the top 25 when it comes to football, to basketball. We're building a brand new stadium for the San Diego State Aztecs called Snapdragon Stadium. That's a pretty cool name. So we do have a stadium. So we support our college sports a little bit more here in San Diego and the San Diego State Aztecs. That's kind of our football and basketball vibe that we've got going here. Only thing we've got on a true pro level, we got the Padres. Hey, the Padres are pretty good, but damn those Dodgers. They're really good. So that's what I got for you today. I'm going to blow my big fat head up real quick as we kind of finish this video. So hopefully you got some good information from this. If you're debating Los Angeles, San Diego, I gave you a lot of good information, gave you some great statistics that you can kind of lean on when you're thinking about making that decision. And if you want to talk to us more, you got some further questions, or you want to start exploring that move here to San Diego, there's a phone number down below. You can call or text us anytime. That will connect you with my team, and they'll talk to you a little bit more about your goals, and we'll put a plan in place to help you accomplish those goals. And again, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, let YouTube know. If you got a question, you throw it in the comment section. And if you want to get notified of future episodes, always hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell. YouTube will take care of the rest. Again, my name is Kyle Whistle with Whistle Realty Group. I am your guide to living in San Diego. Thanks so much for watching this video.